Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet where I talk all things planners, fountain pens, and fountain pen inks. Today it's my monthly planner update and I have to admit I'm struggling. Yeah. But I mean, at least they're all in this pretty bin here. I think I got this from IKEA and it just houses everything. So my notebooks, my journals, and it's just all in one spot. Makes it so easy and compact to take everywhere, but also just sits on my desk so much more neatly than it did when I was just in separate piles. All right, but let's get started and figure out why it is that I'm struggling. First things first, my passport planner. This is, I guess, my everyday carry, even though I don't really leave the house, so I don't need to carry it anywhere. This is in my Bujo passport planner cover, and the Midori insert that is in here I've been using to keep track of my social media content planning, which has been working out really well for me. And then the pocket in here, I keep some money or this Amarillo stationery patch, things like that. And then my Planner Monkey Co. notebook that I've turned into a planner, I basically fill in the layout every week and it's working well for me. I am actually really enjoying the space. It's perfectly enough space for me, as well as I still get to use stickers without having to overload myself with tons of stickers. So this is working out. And then I'm also using the monthly spreads for pre-planning for, events and things like that. Then the places that I'm struggling with in this one, though, are keeping track of the new movies we've watched. I haven't been good at keeping track of that. And also keeping track of my books. I mean, I'm still keeping track of them in Goodreads, but actually writing them down in here hasn't been something that I've been doing very consistently, and I'm not sure why. I don't know what stopped me, but I mean, I've also read quite a few books already, and it's only March, which is way better than what I did last year. So I don't think I gave myself enough room for the rate that I'm going, but I really should just fill this out and get it over and done with. And then this monthly here, I originally was going to use it for habit tracking, but then I was going to use it as a way to keep track of my daily weights, and that's more for data rather than anything. But I haven't really used it, and I don't think I will, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But the weekly portion, overall, I'm doing well with. I'm really enjoying having the habit tracker here where I can see it all in one spot. Dividing the page into two columns like this splits it in the perfect way, because then I have enough room to write in my work schedule, the weather, and any appointments. And then this half is just for a to-do list, and it's working out really well for me. So I have for this weekly planning, no struggle with that, but then just keeping track of, oh gosh, yeah, even keeping track of stationery purchases, although I am keeping track of that in a separate spreadsheet. So maybe the reason that I'm struggling with keeping track of things in here, like the stationery purchases and the movies and the books, is because with the books, I'm keeping track of it elsewhere, like in Goodreads. And this feels like it's doing double the work, and I'm not used to this. And then stationery purchases, I have in a separate spreadsheet, and I keep it in a spreadsheet because I have to tally it up at the end of the year for taxes anyway, because the stationery purchases make it into the YouTube videos. So writing it in here isn't really... it's not really serving a purpose for me, which is probably why I struggled keeping up with this. And I'm okay with not filling this in as we go throughout the year. So saying that, overall, still doing well, not using all of the sections in here that I originally intended to, and I'm okay with that. So this little clip, my mom purchased this for me when she went to, was it the Philippines or Tokyo last year? I cannot remember, but it was like a big pack of these and they're so cute. All right, so that is my passport daily planner. The next one that I mentioned last month and have still not actually used is this Me Plus planner. It's so cute, it's so compact, and I love it, but I just haven't been able to incorporate drawing in here, doing doodles, and I think that might be the theme of this whole monthly update, is that I'm just struggling to keep up with what I started the year with, and trying to incorporate anything new now is difficult for me. And I don't know why that is. I think back to this time last year when I was doing 4 YouTube videos a week and I had my sticker shop and I was working full time. I don't know how I managed that. Whereas now I'm doing 3 YouTube videos a week. I don't have my sticker shop and it just feels like there isn't enough time. I don't know what it is, but I still want to use this and I still want to incorporate this somehow as a creative journal for daily doodles, because since closing my shop, I haven't been drawing or painting really since my last new release, and I really want to get back into that, and I feel like this is a great place to do that. So it's still in my lineup. I just haven't started it yet, and that's okay, because it still stays in my little bucket of journals. And then the next one, this 5-year Q&A. Let's see how far behind I am. Okay, not bad. I'm like a week, 8 days behind in this one, and this one is easy for me to catch up in. I just don't know why I don't do it on a day-to-day basis. And it takes literally 30 seconds. And I don't know why I don't just do it on a day-to-day basis like I do with my regular A5 journal. Maybe it's because this is a new one and I still have to make it a habit and it hasn't become a habit yet. So I need to do something to make this one a habit because it's really cute and really fun. And I think once it's done, it'll definitely be well worth it being able to go back and read all of the different answers in here. Like, what is true? What do you not want to talk about? What do you want to buy? Oh, interestingly, it wasn't a fountain pen. It was just about protein powder. What new activity have I tried? You know, things like that. And it'll be interesting to go through this every year for the next 5 years. So I still want to keep up with this. I just need to be more consistent with it. Next is my A6 5-year journal with Hobonichi, and I am 8 days behind in this one. As I'm filming this, today's what? Friday. I'm filming this on the Friday filming this on the Saturday. So I'm a few days behind in this one, and I'm okay with that because I am pretty consistent in my A5 journal, and I take a lot of that and use a lot of that to help write the synopsis that is in here. So I can't believe that I'm in my 5th year of doing this. It's what motivates me to keep going with this rather than just say, I don't feel like doing it. But also, even if I fall behind, I know that I can catch up with this. But again, it's like that, the Q&A 5-year journal. I don't know why I just don't take the 5 minutes to write in here at the end of the day. Like, I take the time with my A5 journal, and that takes 15-20 minutes. This will take 5 minutes, and I don't know why I'm not doing that. I feel like the days I'm running out of time, or I don't know. I don't know how I used to, like a year ago, it felt like I was able to do so much more in the time that I had. And now it feels like I'm struggling with having pushed back what I'm doing. I don't know. That's definitely something that I need to explore more, because I'm also allowing myself more rest, and rest is just as important as getting things done. But yeah, so I don't know. It's, again, maybe it is really incorporating at the end of my work day, coming here, journaling in my A5 journal, then taking that 30 seconds in the Q&A, and then taking the 5 minutes to do it in here. I don't know. I just need to do it. But this is one that even if I'm behind, I'm not going to stop doing it, because I'm going to be finished this at the end of the year, and it'll be an amazing accomplishment. So that is my Hobonichi A6 5-year journal. Next is my Hobonichi A5 notebook, which is my pen and ink journal. And this one I don't have to keep up with in the same way that I do the A5 journal or the 5-year journal. This one isn't dated. This really is just a chronological record of the ink explorations that I'm doing, the new inks that have come into my collection, the new pens. So this one really is just do it as I go rather than having to do this on a day-to-day basis. And that's what makes this fun. It's not like I have to be in here daily, although I do have to make sure that I'm recording the pens that are coming in. Although I did record the Just Turnings pen twice. So I need to, yeah, I put Moody Orchid here and I put Moody Orchid here. So I need to white that out again and then put a different pen. But funny enough, I don't have any new pens on order at the moment. I don't have any orders right now that are on their way or pending or waiting to be shipped, which is it's a weird place to be in, but at the same time very satisfying knowing that I don't have anything that I've just purchased recently. So anyway, but I love this journal because it's not your regular daily journal. It's just really a record of what I'm doing with my fountain pen hobby, and I love it. So this one, I'm not struggling keeping up with it. It's one that I love using, not even on a day-to-day basis, but when I have something new to record. So that is my pen and ink journal, which is the Hobonichi A5 journal. And then paired with that is the A5 Hemlock and Oak Archivist notebook. And this is where I'm doing the paper swatches for the ink as well as the Zentangle. And this one I am struggling to keep up with. I've only inked 12 pens for the month of March, and I've only done 6 Zentangles. I've just, like February and March, I've just struggled with it, and it's making me think that come April, I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with even 15 inks over 30 days, so I don't know if I'll even do that, because even this is tough. I still have 6 more Zentangles to do before the end of the month, and yeah, I've even switched to, instead of doing them in the smaller size, doing them in the bigger grid so that I can still do them, but it won't take me twice as long because they're not so tiny like these ones are. The tiny ones definitely take up a lot of time, but it doesn't mean that the big ones aren't any worse or better. They're just bigger or smaller, and I love them. So I don't know why I'm struggling. Why do you think I'm struggling? I really don't know. Because, you know, there's that old adage of we have the same 24 hours on a day. And truthfully, we don't. We don't have the same 24 hours on a day. The 24 hours that I had last year versus this year are different. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But this is not, ooh, I realized my nails match. This is not a journal or a notebook that I'm going to give up, because I'm just a big fan of what this looks like when it's all done, and it's a project for me. So I think I also have to be easy on myself for how I'm going to do this for the rest of the year, because the plan was to do 15 inks 30 days almost every other month, but the last time I did it was January, and I don't plan on doing it in April when it's the regular 30 inks 30 days. I don't think I have the capacity to do that right now, and that's okay. That's okay. So trying to get myself back into this routine. And I know I keep saying that I'm struggling. And when I'm struggling with that, sometimes the first piece of advice that people give is, well, why don't you give something up? And it's not that I want to give anything up. There isn't anything that I really want to change. Kind of like this time last year when I gave up that passport size gratitude journal. I gave that up because it just felt double the work. But just everything that I have, it's not that I'm not motivated to do it. I'm in a weird funk when it comes to my planners, when it comes to my fountain pens. I'm in a weird funk. And I think that's affecting all of this. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Something I may need to cover with my therapist. And then last but not least, my Planner Monkey Co. multi-year journal. This one I'm not going to basically open up, but you'll see that it's basically split. One day is over 2 pages. So you've got 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. And it's nice actually being able to go back and read through previous entries. And this one is still working out well for me. I'm only a day behind in this one. I didn't write in it yesterday just because I was busy. And this one, I try not to let myself get more than a couple of days behind. But look at how thick it's getting. It's lovely. I haven't been putting as many pictures in here as I was before. And I think what I'm planning on doing is, instead of putting pictures in each of the individual pages, I'll probably put pictures just on the monthly so that I can see them all in one spot like that. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Oh, but journals, it's It's interesting how my planners and journals have evolved since I first started back in 2017, how I went from one mini happy planner to how many I have now. And yes, every single one of these I do use and I do love. It's more than, like I said, I'm in a weird funk, and it's not that I want to change my setup. It's I need to let myself, not even let myself, I think it's just finding the space to be able to incorporate everything the way that I want to, because I still want to incorporate everything. I just want to find that space and keep going. Whew, all right. That was a lot of me blabbing about my planners, and basically the overall theme is I'm not stuck, I'm just struggling. And I'm struggling because I want to keep doing this. I just think that the time that I'm dedicating to it doesn't always match the effort that I want to put into it. But we'll see. And I think that's why these monthly planner updates are important for me, because yes, I could do a weekly plan with me video, but that doesn't actually show you how I'm using my planners, doesn't show you or tell you how I'm feeling about the whole process, whereas this really does. I feel like this is a little therapy session for me too, because I'm revealing everything. But anyway, I hope this helps you as well, because it feels like it's that time of year where we're nearing the end of the first quarter of the year and people are deciding whether they want to change their systems, and it's totally okay if you do. I don't normally change my system, and I'm a one system I'd like to stay with for the whole year. But if you're the type of person who needs change and it's that time of year, then be open to that. Whereas me, I like my system. I just want to be able to have the time to keep up with it, I think. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to me babble on about this. If you have any questions or are going through some of the same things, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.